Greetings everyone, welcome to Chess Advance. And this is a game from Swiss Masters 1995, and this is a game played between Vasyl Ivanchuk and Garry Kasparov. We have Garry Kasparov with the white pieces and Vasyl Ivanchuk with the black pieces, and you're going to see why Vasyl Ivanchuk was feared during 1995 because he was an absolute unreal beast. He could calculate things so much faster than other players, and he was actually in his prime. So without further ado, let's start with this game. We have e4 by Kasparov, we have e6 and just d4 and d5 going for the French defense. We have knight to c3 but just bishop to b4, just going for the advanced variation. And we have this e5, b6 and now just a3, pushing the bishop back, rook bishop to f8 and planning not to actually castle but keeping the king in the center. And we have this knight to f3 but just knight to e7, h4, h6 and just going for this h5, not allowing the pawn to be advanced forward. We have this a5 but just bishop to b5 check, c6, bishop to a4, knight to d7 and just knight to e2. You probably want to remaneuver that knight maybe to g3 and maybe set up an attack in the future, just getting that knight here, pushing that pawn, but it's highly unlikely. Here b5 but just pushing the pawn further back, and now we have c5 even by Vasyl Ivanchuk, and we have the c3 but now just knight to c6. We have castles, queen to c7 and it's now just going for rook to e1. Just playing normal developing moves, nothing out of the ordinary. This is all standard theory. And we have c4, just pushing the pawn, pushing the bishop further back. You're gonna get that trap over after you push the pawn, trade the pawn, and then that bishop will come alive. We have this bishop to c2, but now just this knight to b6, bishop to f4, bishop to e7, and now just going for this bishop to g3. We have rook to b8, knight to h2, queen to d8, and now we have this knight to g4. Just trying to get that queen into the game and maybe set up an attack, but it's highly unlikely because Kasparov is known to be an attacking player, so definitely he's going to set up something for Vasyl Ivanchuk, and definitely with the white pieces, that's exactly what you want to do. But hey, just b4. Vasyl just completely ignores Kasparov in the king side, and he's just playing on his own. So here, just a captures, c captures, but just this knight captures, and we have bishop back to b1, but just the bishop to d7, and we have b3. Now rook to a8, rook captures, queen captures, so finally going for this b captures, knight captures, and the best way to play in this position is actually to go for this queen to c1, and only after queen to a3, now you go for this knight to e3. Not trading queens just yet, but after queen captures, rook captures, now you go for this knight to e3, but just this knight to c2. And after everything gets traded off, you'll get this position where you can castle and the rook will join in the party, and only after you defend you'll get this position where equal numbers of pawns, equal number of pieces, and it's mostly going to be a draw. So but instead here Kasparov decided to bring the knight back from g4 and he played this knight to c1, but that knight is just going to remain stranded on g4, and he instead decided to bring the other knight here, but this is just simply not going to do because here bishop to a4 was played attacking the queen, and now the queen's got to move. So here queen to e2, but now just this queen to a7, and now you're going to see the problem because how do you defend this pawn? There's absolutely no way that you can defend that pawn. So he tried knight back to e3, but now this queen captures. Here knight captures, d captures, and after queen to f1, now just Kasparov just castles in this position, but it was also on this move, on move 31, that he resigned the game. Seems shocking, but that's the case because this pawn is just far too advanced. You can never actually defend that pawn. You're going to have to give up your piece, and once you do that, Kasparov wasn't the one to play these defensive positions. He always wanted something from the position where he would have something, but this is just far too much. I mean, no one would want to play this kind of position, and that's absolutely true. So it was on just move 31 that Vasyl got this beautiful victory. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'll be coming back with such amazing games where it's going to be a little short, but you can take a lot of learnings from it. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'll be seeing you soon.